Hello again and welcome back everybody to another episode of the Rural Report. I am your Rural 2IC and today is going to be the Daily Headlines Report coming to you live from my pantry in Ohio. Alright, let's just jump right into it. It's a good day. There's some fascinating stuff in the news. So again, in no particular order, first, there is a picture that was posted that allegedly is showing American forces entering Finland. Now, Finland has come out and officially announced that they will provide the U.S. military with 15 different areas inside the country for different bases and depots. Uh, we'll see how that one goes. Next, in a move to counter the U.S. ban on Huawei, looks like China's government has initiated a ban on the iPhone. Interesting enough, I'm pretty sure that's where the iPhone comes from, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm not an iPhone guy. And it's basically going to be kind of the same thing that all the government agencies or state-sponsored companies are not going to be allowed to have one. It's an interesting move. Nothing too bad about all that, but all right. So an Iranian-linked hacker group has come out. It's one I have not heard of. They call themselves Forces of Light, and they have successfully targeted the Israeli healthcare system, food system, manufacturing firms, as well as government sites with malware. So here we are, we're in that new age, and it seems like the cyber attacks just keep kind of coming out of everywhere. So, yeah, there you go. Next, this one's very interesting. So, the country of Ethiopia has come out and officially declared they are unable to pay their debt. Okay. We'll see what that brings on. I don't think they're going to be the last one that's going to come out and say that. So, next, this one. All right, let's just read it. So, in Iran, there has been a person that has been accused of being a part of the Israeli Mossad. So, they're accusing him of basically being a spy or an agent, and he was very quickly apprehended and sentenced to death. So that will show you how serious a lot of these countries are taking a lot of this, of the conflict and the different wars and whatnot overseas. Uh, I the same as the last story. I don't think this is going to be the last time we hear something like that. Next, so in Korea, it looks like South Korea is expected to release its new defense plan sometime mid next year. And this plan is to deter a possible nuclear attack from North Korea. Okay, let's do a little research on that. So, do we think that a nuke from North Korea is a credible threat? Well, the White House has come out and said, and I quote, any nuclear attack launched by North Korea on America or its allies will lead to the end of the Kim regime. Okay, so it looks like we're taking it a little bit more serious about all that. But do we really have to, well, what's changed? They've had nuclear weapons, they've had missiles, they've had all this. What is it that all of a sudden they have to come out with a new plan? We're making threats now. So I went looking and said, okay, let's see what's new in North Korea. And they have released that a delegation from North Korea has arrived in Beijing. This is allegedly going for talks to strengthen its military cooperation. Okay, now the picture becomes a little bit more clear. Okay, data points, okay? Just keep it pinned in the back of your mind. We're just going to keep an eye on it. Next, it looks like to join some of these other shipping container companies, the French container company CMA has announced the cessation of transitioning or transiting in the Red Sea. All right, so you have basically probably, I haven't looked it up, you probably have the top three or three of the biggest shipping companies are not, we're not going to go through and set sail in the Red Sea. That's a big deal. Okay, that's going to cause prices to go up. That is going to make you, when you're ordering something, whether it's you personally or your local grocery store or electronics store or whatever, it's going to take longer to get it. It's going to be more expensive to get it. It's kind of bad news. Now, keep in mind, when it comes to certain things, they're warehouses, so the price shock is not going to come overnight. There's warehouses, there's things that are already on the way, there's things that's in transition, so it takes time. Uh, but the longer this goes on, we will definitely see it. The two questions is how soon will we see the price tick up, and how far will the price tick up? Yeah, so let's move on. So it looks like, oh, here's a good one. Let me move over. I'm going to post a picture with this one. So we're coming into the holidays, and I know money's tight for everybody. And if you would like to get rich quick, I have a scheme for you. Are you ready? So right here, it looks like the United States government has made an official issue giving somebody, or offering, I should say, offering $10 million for info that leads to the disruption of the Houthis' financial networks. So if you know who is monetarily backing the Houthi rebels, and you can give information to disrupt or put a stop to that, the United States government is willing to pay you $10 million. Now, I don't think that that was really for the Americans, because part of that, I think, if you read into it, it says $10 million and they will get you out of the country. So that's probably for people over there. All right. Next, it looks like U.S. CENTCOM said that earlier today, the destroyer, the USS Carney, successfully engaged and destroyed 14 targets that were launched from Yemen. Now, there was some discrepancies. Most that are reporting on this are saying that they were all drones. They were calling it a drone swarm. But I did see 1 and 2 here that said that there was a missile kind of in there too. So all I know is most of them all say about 14 targets. Next one. All right, here's another picture one. Let me move over. This one's weird. If you haven't seen this one's kind of all over social media. I forget, I think it was on TikTok, and I can't get on TikTok anyway, but TikTok has a thing about sharing videos. But right here, I'm going to share 2 different pictures. Both of these pictures show hordes of ravens that just appear to be hanging out at a gas station down in Houston, Texas. Yeah, that's it's all over different social media. It's very odd. I don't know how to explain it. It's just a data point. Yeah. Whenever nature does something weird like that, it makes me raise an eyebrow. All right, let's continue on with more U.S. news. So tensions on the U.S.-Mexico border continue to grow, according to U.S. Border Patrol, as news broke of an improvised explosive device, or for all you cool people, IEDs, have been planted along the border. So that suddenly ratchets things up a degree or two. I'm curious as to why. Nobody's stopping anybody from coming over, so I don't know why you would put it down there. Um, what it appears, most of these stories, that they're blaming them on the Mexican cartels. But if the cartels are getting people through the border basically unchallenged, why would you place those there? Something seems amiss from that story, and that's why I wanted to add it into here. Next one. You tell me. I'm curious on your guys' opinion on this story. I know, squeaky chair. I'm sorry. So, in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, a high school student has been expelled from school, not because of something that he did, said, or anything along those lines. Okay. He was expelled because his mother, who is a substitute math teacher at the school, posted an anti-Israel post on her Instagram. Now, a small piece is she is Palestinian, uh, moved here. I believe they said the son was born here, um, but she is of Palestinian descent. So she said her opinion, and if the school wanted to say whatever, I mean, whatever, you can fire somebody over it, I suppose. I don't agree with firing somebody over a social media post, but whatever. I don't understand why they expelled the kid. It just seems really, really odd. Um, you're going to have, anytime that you're going to have something go on, you're going to have two sides. Somebody's going to agree, somebody's going to disagree. Social media is a platform for you to be able to go on and speak your mind without fear of retaliation or anything along those lines. So obviously this woman had a opinion. She went to social media, which is supposed to be a free platform. I know you guys are laughing at me. And so she went to Instagram and she voiced her opinion, and it cost her her job and her son uh, his school at his education at school. Now, yeah, you're laughing at me too, going, "What education? It's public school." Yeah, I agree. The education system sucks, but that whole thing just seems really weird, and it's there's so much I can say on that, but we're just going to leave it. All right, in the interest of time, let's go to the very last thing. I told you guys this was weird. We went over the Ravens. We went over the kid getting expelled. Um, I don't even know really what to make of this. So, to try and be family friendly as best as I can, two Senate staffers, two men that were Senate staffers, have been caught filming a, no way to politely say it, a gay sex tape that they filmed themselves in the act doing inside the Senate hearing room. Uh, and I don't even know what to say. Anybody that's sitting here that's going to go, hey, the government is going to come save me. The government's looking out for my best interest. The government, no, they just desecrated the people's house. Okay, that's not theirs. That's yours and mine. That's the taxpayer. We paid for that. We paid for that building. We paid for that land. No, okay. I don't care if it was two men, two women, a man and a woman. I don't care what it is. No, there's no excuse for that whatsoever, and that's what they think about all this. Uh, there's literal wars going on. There's Americans dying. There's people on the streets. There is kids being human trafficked, and this is the best that two people could do with their time to have the power of being inside the U.S. government. I'm at a loss for words. I've got a bunch of four-letter, non-family friendly words I want to say, but it's not going to change anything, so I'm not going to do it. Uh, I don't know, guys. I really don't know. Some of this stuff, when you read these headlines, I really think it's going to be like The Onion or the Babylon Bee or some sort of satire, and you're like, man, what kind of horrible, bad joke oh wait, this is real. It's getting hard to separate some of this stuff. So, all right, that's all I've got for you guys today. I know there's 3 videos that got posted. You guys saw and heard enough of me today, but I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in, spending a good part of your Saturday with me. So if you made it to this far, you rock. Remember that. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Stay tuned. There's definitely going to be more information to come, and say it with me now. Above everything else, remember to remain united, because we're all prepping in this together.